Alright, let's be real. Who even saw this coming? The Lakers are now the number 2 seed in the West. Since the trade, they've become the number 1 rated defensive team. Their offense has also completely transformed into a 3-point shooting machine. So how did we get here? How did Luka Doncic turn the Lakers into one of the scariest teams in the league? Let's break it down. So there are 2 key reasons why the Lakers are now contenders. The first one being that Luka is unlocking a new offense for the Lakers, which makes them more of an elite shooting team. And the second reason? A new absolutely insane defense led by Jackson Hayes, Jared Vanderbilt, and DFS. And when we look at the numbers, we can see that there's so much more to the story. By the end of the video, you'll understand exactly why the Lakers are striving and no team wants to see them in a 7-game series. The Lakers were not always a 3-point shooting team. In fact, before the trade, they were near the bottom of the league in 3-point attempt rates. But now, they're launching threes at a rate that would make the 2017 Warriors proud, going from 39.4% of their shots being threes to nearly 48% since the Luka trade. It's not just volume, the Lakers are now up 3% in 3-point shooting percentage, making them at 39.5%, which is top 5 in the league. This is largely attributed to Luka's presence on the court. Luka is one of the most dangerous offensive weapons in basketball, and defenses know it. The second he crosses the court, teams blitz him, which opens an opportunity for an open 3 or lob dunk at the rim. As a matter of fact, since Luka's joined the team, the corner 3 frequency has gone up from 7% all the way to 11%. Now what's crazy is Luka allows LeBron to embrace a completely different role. Before Luka, he was playing the same heliocentric do-it-all style, which you can't do at 40. Now, he's taken a huge step back in time of possession, and it's actually made him a lot more effective. His 3-point percentage has jumped from 38.1% to 41.7%. Luka isn't just an elite scorer, you see. He's one of the best playmakers the game has ever seen. Let's not forget, he's only been on the team for a month now, and he's already averaging 8.1 assists. But it isn't actually the Lakers' offense that will win them another chip. It's their defense. Since the Luka trade, the Los Angeles Lakers have jumped to the best defensive rating in the league. With both of the 1 seeds on this top 5 list, you can see how much defense actually affects wins. Jumping from a mediocre 114.2 defensive rating to 107.7, we see a 6.5 point improvement. This comes to show how much players like DFS, Vandy, and Hayes are affecting the game. Defensive rating measures how many points a team allows per 100 possessions. Essentially, how efficient are they at stopping opponents? Over the course of a full game, this means something like shaving off 7 to 10 points from opponents every night. Jackson Hayes stepping up to the plate has been one of the main attributors to this defense. Shockingly, he's number 1 among all centers in defensive rating at 102.5. But this doesn't come as much of a surprise because he's been extremely efficient at the rim. The league's field goal average at the rim is 61.2%. Hayes is holding his opponents at 52.7%. This is important because most teams aim for layups, dunks, and just easy paint points to maximize their efficiency. However, Hayes takes away these easy points and forces teams to rely on lower percentage jumpers instead. So teams are now hesitating to attack the rim when Hayes is on the floor. This means that the Lakers' perimeter defenders can be a lot more aggressive because they know that Hayes is behind them. But the Lakers didn't just improve their interior, they also became an elite perimeter defense team, with Dorian Finney-Smith joining the team and Jared Vanderbilt finally coming off of his injury. The two have been an insane dynamic duo, being some of the best defensive forwards in the league, with Jared Vanderbilt ranking at number 1 and Dorian Finney-Smith ranking at number 3. Having 2 of the best wing defenders in the NBA is game-changing, especially when today's NBA offense revolves around big athletic wings. Just to grasp how good this Lakers defense is, in their last 8 out of 9 games, they've held their opponents to under 103 points per game, winning all 8 of these games and actually winning all 9 of the total games. But we do have to give JJ Redick some credit, because this is largely due to his new defensive scheme. He follows what's called the Robertson rule. Basically, if a player isn't a real scoring threat from outside, you don't guard them like a shooter. Instead of closing out or respecting the shooters, Lakers defenders sog off, clog the lane, and load up on the actual scoring threats. This shrinks the floor and forces opposing stars into inefficient shots. However, the question remains, is this all good enough to win a championship? Is it enough for LeBron to get his 5th ring? And more importantly, will Luka finally get his first? The Boston Celtics are the most favored to win the championship at plus 180. The Cavs come in at close second at plus 200, OKC at plus 550, and finally our Los Angeles Lakers at plus 1300. Interestingly enough, when we break down the matchups, we actually find that the Lakers have an edge over all of them. We'll start with the Celtics, who are most favored to go back-to-back. With threats like Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, we can see why they're favored. This season, both of them are averaging a field goal percentage of around 46. Into the Lakers' defense is a different story, with Jaylen Brown going down nearly 9% and Jason Tatum going down 5%. You might be thinking, oh, 41% still pretty good, but this game, he actually got 16 points as opposed to his usual 26 points a game. Also, fun fact, the Lakers ended up winning this game by a whole 21 points. Next up we would have the Cavs, and the Cavs are a legit team with 3 All-Stars this year and being on pace to win 68 games, having already qualified for the playoffs. Most of their success though can be credited to their defense being number 2 in the league and having defensive masterminds like Evan Mobley and Jared Allen. The issue here is that Luka thrives against drop coverage, forcing slow-footed bigs into bad defensive positions. On the other hand, we'd have LeBron, who's a master of manipulating defenses and punishing these help rotations. Last and certainly not least, we have OKC, with MVP candidate Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, a rising star big in Chet Holmgren, and many elite defenders like Hartenstein, Caruso, Dort, Jalen Williams, and Wallace. This team wants to play extremely fast, ranking top 5 in transition offense. Considering the rim protection of Jackson Hayes and the play style of the Robertson rule, I doubt Shai will be able to get to the basket as easy. On top of that, DFS and Vando will be able to play easy rotations to limit these drives. All of that, along with the playmaking of Luka Magic and the power of LeBron, I doubt OKC will have a chance. If you're still watching, I really appreciate it. Please subscribe if you like the content. I'm a new channel. I read every single comment, so let me know. Does Luka win the chip this year?